Hello, welcome beautiful vibrant souls to today's pick a card reading, which is all about like good news the universe wants to deliver to you through me. So I'm really excited. You could consider this like a little pep talk. There might be messages about good things ahead. It's going to be different for each group. I'm so excited because I feel like we could all kind of use a little bit of a refresher. This is a timeless reading, but at the time I'm filming, Mercury is retrograde. We are closing out the end of the year. Is a lot. And I think we could all kind of use something to get excited about. So that's what I was guided to read on. That's what we're going to be talking about as usual, my sweet little vibrant souls. We have 3 options to choose from. They are denoted in the thumbnail, but I will show you again. Pardon my itchy nose. Option 1 is this lovely strawberry quartz. She's so cute. Love her. I kept her in my little pouch the other day because I have several pairs of these overalls, and so I kept her in my little crystal pouch. I also call it my rock pocket, but I feel like that sounds filthy in some way, shape, or form. Anywho, option 2 is denoted by this lovely moonstone, or not moonstone, excuse me, opalite. Sorry about that, folks. And option 3 is denoted by the raw turquoise. So take time if you need to. You can pause the video, meditate, contemplate on the options in front of you. Excuse me. When you have found one that best resonates with your energy, head down to the timestamps in in the description box below. Retrograde, man. In the description box below, and that will take you to your selected option. So with that, I'm going to start with group 1. Hi, group 1. Okay, I'm just tuning in for a sec. I'm hearing the word soothing. Some of you you just had a really difficult conversation, and so whatever comes through is meant to kind of like be soothing to you. Some of you, whatever comes through is going to be talking about a soothing to the situation that you have recently dealt with. This feels like I'm seeing 3 to 5. So for many of you, this happened within the last 3 to 5 days, or 3 to 5 days ago this happened. Does not have to be the case. This could have taken place between the months of March and May, or even 3 to 5 months ago. I'm not picking up on that as heavily, but that's kind of the energy I'm picking up, is that this is meant to help bring a sense of soothing either to you. I'm hearing like this this energy of good job. So whatever this was, you may have had to it's like you had to prove that you learned a lesson. So this could have been about standing up for yourself, speaking your truth, knowing your worth, whatever it is you've been working on. This difficult situation or confrontation was like, I don't want to say it was like a test, but it was kind of, it's a testament. It's a testament to the work that you've done and the growth that you've achieved. And so your guides are kind of like, you did it. You did, like, the hard part's over. So I am kind of picking that up. Working with strawberry quartz might really help you during this time. So with that, I'm going to take a sip of my tea and then we'll get into it. Assuming it's chilled enough now. Oh yeah. It was really good. This is like a wild berry plum green tea, and like it's from the Republic of Tea. I am a tea fiend. Oh my God. Okay. I just had to have a moment, and I'm really glad that we got to have that together. So thanks for standing by. Delightful, delicious, lovely, all those things. Let's see what you got. Intuition. I already have thoughts, but we'll get into it. Dreams. Oh. Immediately I'm thinking about the cranberries. And you're the only group that got 2 of these cards, so let's see what you got. There it is. Chaos and conflict. You okay? I'm noticing too, we have 2 master numbers, 22 and 33. So you have a lot of assistance from your guides, ascended masters. We will talk about it, but that's the first thing I'm noticing. And then 11 is coming up. Wow, all ascended master numbers. Because I didn't know this until a few months ago, but like it's 11, 22, and 33 are the master numbers, and then any other repeating numbers are power numbers. So I was like, that's super neat. I can talk about that in another video if you guys ever want. I don't usually read oracle cards reversed unless I feel like specifically called to, or the deck is designed like that, but I feel called to leave it. This is by the book. So I'm going to leave it reversed. Elephants, giraffes, or zebras might be important here. there's a lot to get into. So first of all, you're not playing it safe anymore. A lot of you have dreams. You have things that with intuition, you feel intuitively drawn to. Things that even if it's not something you feel drawn to, it's things that you feel intuitively, you feel like you want to repel away from. You have a direction that you have been feeling the need to go in, but a lot of you have kept your mouth shut. You've kept quiet. Excuse me. You've kept your ideas to yourself. There's something here about trying to play by the book, right? Trying to play by the rules, trying to, and that has a time and a place, absolutely, right? For some of you, this is like not wanting to cross your family. For some, just because with the elephants here, this is very specific, you might have either like family, friends, people in your workplace, people you feel like have some type of power over you who might have a different political affiliation than you. That's very, very specific, but take it if it resonates. And there's something here where you're not giving a shit anymore, quite plainly. If you notice with this chaos and conflict, it's a zebra, but the zebra skin is breaking away to reveal the giraffe skin. So there's something where it's like, I'm not part of the herd, I'm not part of the pack, and you know what? I don't care. Excuse me. And so this is what I feel like has been going on. I want to clarify, what is this by the book specifically more about, or how did this play out? Because I feel this is something that you already did, whether it was like a big kerfuffle or it was something you more kind of quietly stepped away from, or you quietly started investing into. You did things different. 6 of Wands. I already love this because this is something that I feel like is not only going to lead to your success and people having to kind of like really appreciate, honor, and value the way you did things. But this is saying that whatever it is, you did this for your own version of success. There's also a sense here, you see how they're all looking in the window, and this card's about public recognition. There's a sense here of like, I don't care what anybody else has to say about it. I don't care. It's not worth it to me to keep going in this other direction. So we have the 8 of Wands. Yeah, this is likely a conversation. Some of you moved. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. The 8 of Cups. Dude, are you guys okay? And the Hanged Man. I feel like whatever this was, there's a sense here of not feeling appreciated. Excuse me. Not feeling recognized. Again, you made a move toward, either toward your success or away from something that you knew was not for you. And I do see that with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This could have been where it's like, especially with chaos and conflict, maybe something fell apart, something went wrong. And I feel like it almost forced this, pardon my itchy eyeball, it almost forced this conversation with somebody in your life, possibly with multiple people in your life, like with your family. You may have felt like somebody hung you out to dry. It's kind of like, I'm getting this energy of like, it hit the fan, right? And in those moments, you should have been able to count on somebody. But I almost kind of feel like they turned to blame you, or like they didn't react the way that you needed them to. It was a very telling reaction. What is this Wheel of Fortune reversed? No, I want to look at these two but not take them. 2 of Cups and 6 of Wands. Okay, because these fell out as I was picking the deck up. So again, this is a very important relationship, a soul-based relationship. And something went wrong with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And this person either didn't support you, didn't show up the way that you needed them to, or it was expected. Or just like kind of like with the Hangman, didn't really do anything. This person may have aired your dirty laundry, or your dirty laundry may have been aired and this person's like, I'm not doing anything. This would be like the kind of friend who's like, if a rumor about you comes out, they're not sitting there defending you. They're kind of like backing away. We have Pisces energy showing up. We have the Emperor as well. So now we have Aries. This could have been a father figure or a boss. But let me see. 3 of Swords. Yeah, the wheel. This is clarifying the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And the Page of Cups. Some of you could have this could have been a relationship where there was like either an unintended pregnancy or a pregnancy scare. And it's kind of like you thought this person would be there for you, and then they kind of were like, nope, like not really showing up. I feel like there was this like illusionary energy around this person. For some of you, this brought up childhood wounds, particularly related to your parents or grandparents, with the imagery here. And like I said, it's like things fell apart and they moved really quick. This could have required, excuse me, rapid movement or travel, relocation. It's like you had to scramble, right? And this person was nowhere to be found to help you out. Or this person may have actively kind of like twisted the knife. So like, let's say in the example I just gave, let's say that you or your partner like unexpectedly like got pregnant. This would be like where you expect your family to kind of like be supportive, and instead of not only not supporting you, like being a supportive presence, they're like actively criticizing you, right? About like, how could you let this happen? Or, you know, you guys aren't even married, like things like that, you know. That's just an example. But there's a sense here where I feel like they were very quick to back off from supporting you, like very quick to like drop you, with the 8 of Cups. Excuse me. And with the 8 of Cups and the Hanged Man, I feel like this gave you pause here. The Emperor kind of coming out as well. This can indicate somebody who is very traditional or very rigid in their beliefs. Like, you know, they've got their stuff together, but the Emperor it's hard to change their mind about anything. So just with that, like, that kind of more traditional energy I was picking up before with by the book, it's kind of like there's a right way and a wrong way to do things. Don't get it twisted. And this person like didn't show up. This also could be a boss where like, you know, you were like maybe they were like, yeah, you know, like they were putting you on a project, be like, yeah, try out your new idea, try out this new project. Like they were supporting you until something went wrong, and then they were like turning around and blaming you, like they didn't approve your like they didn't approve your concept, your design, etc., etc. Like they had nothing to do with it. It's like it's stuff like that is kind of the energy I'm picking up. So this is kind of what happened, I feel like, and it made you really stop and think. And so that's what I feel like this is kind of referring to. Excuse me. And I feel like you've been in this period of chaos and conflict as this version of self, whatever this is, shook you, right? It's this old version of self and who you thought you were or you had to be in order to fit in with the pack, with the herd, is breaking away. It's kind of like, but that's not who I am. That's not what I want to do. With dreams, I feel like this time has kind of helped you get more in touch with what you actually want. That's also that intuition energy, helping you get in touch with what you want. So the first thing I'm picking up here for the good news, the pep talk from Spirit, is that you followed your intuition or you're following it, and that is only going to pay off. Even though you're in a moment or a period of conflict, of chaos, of things falling apart, breaking down, being really challenging, you are on your way to achieving your truest dreams and goals because you're getting real with yourself about what those are, and you're sticking by it. You're standing on business, baby, and I love that. I want to clarify intuition. I feel like you're also about to see like the fruits of your labor, that like following your intuition is paying off. Yeah, Queen of Cups. Clarifying intuition. So you could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Intuition here is 22. So yes, that is a master number, but it is also about partnerships, as well as making decisions and finding balance. So the work that you've been doing to integrate and incorporate your intuition as you're making choices to bring in better balance, have better interpersonal relationships, find harmony within yourself, that's going to pay off. Ace of Wands reversed. The 5 of Wands reversed. The 3 of Cups reversed. Oof. And the 6 of Cups reversed. Yeah. This is very heavy energy. I feel like you've been waiting for this reconciliation with this person. This is somebody you have past life energy with. This is part of your soul family, possibly your family, you know, your like physical world family. This is somebody that you have a lot of history with at the soul, and possibly like, you know, again, in the 3D. We have a baby here as well. So this could be somebody that you either thought you were going to have a child with or you have a child with. there's something where I feel like you've been spending a lot of time waiting for a reconciliation or wondering about it, and it hasn't happened. Somebody hasn't said they're sorry. Excuse my burp. Excuse me. Somebody hasn't been doing their fair share. Somebody, I'm getting this energy of, hasn't taken their fair share of responsibility. Because, you know, baby imagery can obviously literally talk about babies, but also just talks about the birth of something new. So let's say in the example I gave earlier, this was like a boss who approved your like your project idea or your design, and then something went wrong and they like turned on you to save their own skin. This would be something where somebody hasn't taken responsibility, because we have two people pouring into this third cup. Somebody did not take responsibility. This also could be where you might be like confronting family about like, I know, you know, everybody in our family joins this profession, but I don't think I want to do that. I know you guys expect me to have this type of a family, but I don't think that's for me. And there's a sense here of like, I feel like you guys have really been working on honoring what it is you actually want and what it is you actually feel drawn to. And that's why you're being able to release this more easily. And with the, excuse me, Ace of Wands reverse and the Five of Wands reverse, I get two major things. One is that while this does require you to let go of something that you were once excited about, passionate about, you had high hopes for, you're optimistic about, it will actually bring in greater peace, especially internally. It's going to bring you a lot more peace. Another thing I was getting when I pulled these two initially was this energy of coming crawling back. So for some of you, the grass may not have been greener. Somebody, you know, may have kind of been like trying to clean up some aspect of their life, and they are coming back to try to like apologize. Again, I was getting, especially when I flipped the Five of Wands in reverse, I was getting this energy of crawling back. So if you guys are like pursuing your dreams, you're having a glow up, you left a bad job and you're getting a better one, somebody's going to be trying to kind of like steal you back is sort of the energy I'm getting. All this clarifying intuition, listen to your intuition. We have orange here, which is the sacral chakra, and has a lot to do with our desires, as well as our emotions, because it's the water chakra. So excuse me. Especially with the Queen of Cups at the bottom. I don't know why I guess got this. Be careful about how much you drink around this person, if that applies. This person may also have a problem with alcohol. But there's a sense here of really honor your emotions, honor your intuition about what it is you truly want and desire, and don't let somebody else talk you in or out or something. Because I'm kind of picking up this energy that like this person either, like I said, learned the grass isn't greener on the other side, or it's kind of like once they lost you, once like something fell apart and they realize like you're not gonna, it's kind of like they realize you're not gonna budge, you're not gonna come crawling back if this is not equitable, fair, you know, you're not going to be putting in all the work for reconciliation and healing. They're kind of like, oh shit, I got to do something now. I'm sorry. Follow your intuition with that. So if you feel like you want to honor, you know, a conversation between the two of you, go for it. If you feel like you don't want to hear from them, honor that, right? If you feel like intuitively, if you want to hear out any offers they're making, listen to that. And if you feel like that's not for you, like I said, honor that. So I feel like the first part of the message is that you're being led in the direction of your happiness, your passions, and your dreams. Just keep following that, especially when it comes to decision making and the partnerships, the people, and the relationships that you keep in your life. Now, I want to clarify dreams, because I think this is where like the extra good news is happening for you guys. I think that releasing this whole situation is freeing up a lot of energy for you to be able to pursue your dreams. Yeah, Eight of Cups. This is something where walking away from this and detaching emotionally is what's like, imagine like we're dumping out all these 8 cups, right? It's like, oh shit, I can't drink all this coffee. We dump it all out, boom, we have it done. Like, cups are empty, we wash them up, we put it in the cabinets, and now we have all this room. Is kind of the vibe we're getting here. The Seven of Swords reversed. Okay. The Four of Wands. I love this. The Knight of Cups reversed. And the Queen of Cups. Yup. Heavy water sign energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You're coming out as the queen, and whoever else this is involved in the past is coming out as the Knight in reverse. See this image? She's looking at him. He's looking at the champagne. Again, there could legitimately be a problem with alcohol. There's a sense here where I feel like this has to do a lot with either you wanted commitment from somebody. You may have been really like gunning for marriage and like a home and family. You may have really thought somebody was the one. And with the Seven of Swords reversed, this is revealing the truth to you. Some of you are having very prophetic dreams at this time, or will very soon be having those dreams. But there is a sense where your intuition is revealing to you what it is that you want, and you'll know by how it makes you feel, right? Look how happy she is. This is usually a card of union, but she's by herself. She's got her drink, she's got her book, she's just chilling out. And I think it's interesting because in this deck, the wand suit is all cleaning supplies. You have put in the work and the energy to clean up some area of your life. And this is, for some of you, this is like feeling like you should want traditional kind of marriage and family, but you're really enjoying your single life. For some of you, it's like your idea of what a home is different than, like, your idea of a happy home is different than what you feel like you've felt pressured to have. But there's a sense here of, and for some, this is where it's like, yeah, I want these things, but not with this person, right? It's kind of like, I'd rather be happily single than accepting a subpar offer. So this is really saying that your dreams, like I said, are going to be revealed to you intuitively and based on the power of how they make you feel. And so by honoring that, this is really leading you toward this like beautiful stability, emotional fulfillment. Some of you are securing a home that you've been wanting, and it's different than what you had initially had in mind, but you're really, really pleased with it. Some of you, like I said, it's, you're doing your own thing here. This is something that's meaningful to you, and it doesn't have to be meaningful to anybody else or work for anybody else because it's for you. So that's your pep talk, and your good news is that this difficult situation is either over or coming to a close. And you, as long as, like I said, you're checking in with yourself, honoring your intuition, honoring how things make you feel, you're going to be right on track toward your happiness, right? I feel like you guys are also taking active steps toward your happiness, and you're no longer being fooled by illusion. Sometimes the Knight of Cups in reverse can be somebody who's like kind of daydreamy. They think a lot about stuff, but they never actually do it. Or they're like, oh, I wish I had this. Wouldn't this be nice? But they're not really taking action toward it. That's not you. And I'm also getting too, if this is representing a person, that's why you're not in alignment anymore, because you're taking action toward your happiness. You're making it actually happen. This person, you guys drifted out of alignment and are most likely going to continue to drift out of alignment because you and this person aren't a vibrational match anymore. So I'm excited for you because you got good stuff ahead. But that's everything I've got for group 1. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for being here, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye. Oh my gosh, my burps. Hi, group 2. Okay, so you guys had this awesome little opalite, beautiful, ghostly baby. I love it. I'm getting like there's this energy of like a harmonizing and a tune-up to your relationships. I don't feel like there's this sense of a lot of upset in your relationships, but it feels like there is old energy, stagnancy, stuck in a rut, and I feel like this is kind of getting a little like boost, a little hint of rejuvenation. So let's see what you got. Individuality. Interesting. So we have 11, a master number. Woohoo. To the sea. Okay. Card 7. An enchantment. I like this. This is very lovely. You may have been pulled between 1 and 2, and I do feel like there's going to be some crossover, but it's not exactly the same message. So if you couldn't quite decide, you might want to watch group 1 as well. Excuse me. Okay. So I feel like there is, again, that energy being stuck in a rut, particularly in relationships, but all relationships are a reflection of our own energy as well. And what I feel like is going to get you out of this rut is, first of all, there is a need to go with the flow. So your pep talk, kind of part of your pep talk message is, if you're working on that, you're working on surrendering, That's awesome. We have a lot of water, so really surrendering to the flow of your intuition and your emotions is going to help a lot. We have, again, the number 7. That's a very spiritual number for me and speaks a lot about needing to go inward to kind of find spiritual clarity and guidance. Don't be afraid to do that at this time. I like that the placement was like this, because this says that she's heading right toward enchantment. We have a little unicorn, so there's a sense of like, you have this really unique quality. You might have a lot of Aquarius placements, a Pisces as well. And for some reason, I'm getting Aries, even though that's not normally what I think about here. We are approaching, at the time I'm filming this, we're approaching those seasons in the year. So that might be when some of this starts to unfold. Some of you, your favorite color is purple. You wear it a lot and it looks really good on you. And for some, it's red. There's a sense where you have this really unique quality. And I think that you guys are tapping into that with individuality. You're tapping into that. You see how the Merkaba is the same color as the background? This deck has cards where it's the same and cards where it's different. So when it's the same, I take that to mean that your internal frequency is in resonance with your external reality. You've been doing this inner work to kind of call in or get calm and comfortable with these really beautiful, unique aspects of self that I think that you hadn't really either gotten to know before, maybe hadn't accepted. I'm getting this energy of these are parts of you that you never saw in the world around you. You never saw reflected back to you. So it's almost kind of like, I didn't know it was an option to think like this. I didn't know it was an option to live my life like this. It's like, I always thought that this was just a random thing I did, or like a piece of me that was not, it's almost like wasn't human. So I had to suppress it. And a lot of you have been working on seeing the beauty in these parts of you and like being willing to express that in whatever way feels meaningful to you. Or you are approaching that period of time in your life. And because you've been preparing for this internally, your external reality is about to change to reflect that back to you, right? And with all the red here, this is the root chakra. So this is feeling safe enough. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. This is feeling safe enough to do that. This is feeling supported by the universe. This is feeling secure enough, right? Feeling like we belong here. That's kind of one of those things about the root chakra that we don't really talk about, especially if you've got a very active upper chakras. Grounding and doing root chakra work can be that much more important, because otherwise it can lead to not only an imbalance, but an imbalance that makes us feel like we can connect so easily with the spiritual realm, with what's up there, that it makes it hard to be human. And it's important to have a balance of both, right? Because that while we're here, we're equal parts human and divine consciousness, and being able to honor both parts of ourselves equally is super important. Excuse my burp. And the way that we blend those two very unique identities is how we kind of have our individuality, right? It's what we come into this world with, and then what we do with it. And excuse me, I'm sorry. You guys have been doing a lot of work on that. And so I feel like, there's a sense of you've been in this place of stagnation. Some of you may have been trying to call in soul tribe. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'm so sniffly. Soul tribe and soul family. And this is what's coming in as a result. This is about to enter your life. I'm so sorry, I'm so itchy. My allergies, my asthma are just like pummeling me today. So there's this note, first and foremost, to really honor. I'm getting the sense of flow, like honor whatever comes up. I think a lot of you guys have surrendered, right? You surrendered to like, okay, I need to explore this part of myself. I'm just going to be me, and whoever is into it is into it. I'm going to put, the art, the content out there that I want to make, and trust that the right people are going to come my way. A lot of you guys have already been doing that surrender work. So there's a sense here of continuing that process. But also really like surrendering to that part of yourself that's trying to come out, trying to emerge. And this might be why your relationships are going to either get a tune-up or they're going to go through some shifts, right? So the pep talk, first and foremost, good job for doing this. And to let you know, excuse me, that the more work that you do, that you put into like getting to know yourself and your individuality authentically and honoring that, the more you surrender to that and you flow with that, the more it's taking you right toward this beautiful, magical life, this enchanted life. I want to clarify individuality first before I get to the other good stuff. The Hermit reverse. A lot of you guys have been in hermit mode. You might need a little time in hermit mode still. There's Virgo energy, but this has been you getting to know yourself. She's in the bath, and there's also like a cleansing that's been taking place. Four of Cups. Yeah, and this is what I mean. There was like a sense of stagnancy for you in your emotional realm, whether you kind of like recognized it like that or not. There's a slight boredom because the reality you were living in didn't match your energy anymore. Eight of Pentacles, but you've been doing a lot of work. You've been doing a ton of work in this area. High Priestess, get in touch with your intuition. With 11 showing up, you're getting a lot of guidance. And the Hermit, you're getting a lot of intuitive guidance on this. And the Page of Wands reverse. Some of you thought that you wanted some particular adventure, travel, relocation. This is like something exciting, something that you're stoked about. Some of you had an idea for what you wanted, but it wasn't authentic to you. And that's why like maybe you were trying to make this happen. So like, let's say you wanted to like switch careers and you were looking for a job in this new field and it just was not happening. This was, it's not happening because this was not the right thing. So all these other kind of like offers, opportunities, things you're investing in came up empty because it wasn't the right opportunity. It wasn't truly in alignment with you. So by being willing to release and surrender and strip away the layers of what's not you, what isn't authentic to you, and like finally admitting out loud to yourself, to other people, what you like, what you don't like, what's for you, what's not for you, is allowing you to actually get what's going to make you truly happy, authentically happy. I don't know why I'm stressing this so bad, because you've been working so hard. That's the thing, is like a lot of you guys have been, especially I'm getting in the last 4 years, excuse me, you've been working exceedingly hard and it's time for a payoff. And that's what this enchantment is all about. And the best part is with the unicorn, this payoff comes from you being exactly who you are. It couldn't have been any other way. You couldn't have got this by pretending to be another version of yourself. And for a lot of you, some of this was conscious and like some of this wasn't. It was just like so deeply programmed. But by doing the work and deprogramming and like allowing your authentic self to rise to the surface, making room for that, making space for that, you're actually being led to what is really going to make you happy. And it's going to feel like magic. It's making me think of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets when they're flying out. Amazing. This is just like magic. And so there might be an energy here where like when this starts to come into your life, you might know this logically. You might be like, oh yeah, when I am speaking from a place of authenticity, my words have more power. You might know this, but getting to watch it happen, you're like, oh, holy shit, it really did happen. It really is like magic. Excuse me. 33 on the timer. And so for some of you, you're like, oh, it's happening. It's really happening. You might have like even done things like worked on like manifestation methods. I'm getting the 3-6-9 like scripting method, and it wasn't working. And it's kind of like, maybe I'm not doing it right. Maybe this doesn't actually work. And it's like the missing piece was you. The missing piece was your authentic individuality. And you're going to be shocked at how fast it comes in for you. Like, I'm really excited. I'm getting amped. And it's going to change everything. And I feel like it's especially going to change your relationship. Some of you may have struggled for a very long time with making friends, finding alignment with a friend group. I'm looking again at the 11, and it's making me think of the 11th house. You might have some challenging placements in your 11th house. Pardon my sniffly nose. Some of you, I don't know why I'm being shown, this isn't a challenging placement, but you might have Taurus in your 11th house. I'm seeing that. Some of you might have Chiron in your 11th house. That can be kind of challenging, especially for making friends. Some of you have Virgo in your 11th house in that sense of, classic Virgo overanalyzing may have really gotten in the way of you being able to be present and enjoy not only your friendships, but like your like your sense of higher calling. There was just like, there's something here where like the real authentic you was not present. Page of Swords. This is clarifying enchantment. The Tower reversed. Yeah. The Star, Aquarius energy. I love this. The Two of Cups. So I don't pick a pile before I read, because I don't want to influence my interpretation with what's going on in my life. I always roll a dice for it afterward, and I hope this is my pile, because this is awesome. Ooh, and the Devil. It's all fun and games, huh? Excuse me. Capricorn and Aquarius energy showing up. So right off the bat, because both Capricorn and Aquarius are ruled by Saturn, and we have the Tower in reverse, this has not been easy. Not been easy at all. Usually goes the Devil, the Tower, the Star, right? Some of you had to literally cut out, I was drawn into the cigarettes with vice here. You had to cut out like literal addictions. You had to cut out like literal vices, because these were clouding your judgment, or clouding your, again, it's a problem with presence, right? All like escapism, addiction is centered around trying to escape the present moment. And so some of you had to get really present in the moment and surrender to that, surrender to, again, all parts of yourself. And this was standing in the way. What is this Devil energy? And we have like the really rich chocolate cake here. And for me, I have like this weird relationship with chocolate where if I really want it, it's like, it's so gratifying. But if I take one bite too many, I immediately don't like it. Because I'm like, it's too thick and sweet, and like now I don't like it. I'll be like, I took 3 bites and I'm in heaven. I took a 4th bite, I'm like, this sucks. And there's kind of a sense of that here where like you may have been really working on moderation. You may have been working on not overindulging in something. You may have been working on getting clear on what's toxic to you. Let's see what we have. Strength. Okay. And Justice reversed. Okay, Queen of Wands at the bottom, yes. Talk about magic. Also, can we talk about her expression? I like how she's like, what? What you gonna do? And beneath that was Temperance, a lot of fire energy now. Excuse me. So we have Leo and we have Libra here. What this has been about, that you've been mastering, because I see with the Tower reversed, you've been making big changes in your life, right? Huge changes. And it is about embracing your authenticity, but what this was about, in part, especially in interpersonal relationships with the Two of Cups, this was all about relationships where, kind of like what we talked about, they could be really good until they're not. This is like all about relationships where it was not equitable. These could have been karmic relationships. It was not fair. It was not doing justice to you, and you stuck it out. You stuck it out because maybe you wanted that other person to change. You stuck it out because you were afraid of moving on. Excuse me. You stuck it out because some of you were afraid to be alone. No shame, no shade, right? Strength is always about digging deep and finding the better qualities within ourselves, within the human heart. Our forgiveness, our resiliency, our compassion, our determination, tenacity, things like that. Some of you had this false belief that you'd have to stick it out, because it's almost kind of like, in order to get what I want, especially out of like commitments or out of interpersonal relationships, in order to get what I want, I have to be willing to put up with a ton of crap, pretty much, you know? Or like, again, the imagery here, you could have put up with relationships and partnerships where it's like, it's so good at the beginning, or it's so good for a little bit, and then it just all goes to hell in a handbasket. It was not equitable. There were not equal feelings. Or even if there were equal feelings, there was unequal effort. And you had to really learn a lot about this. A lot of you have been learning about not only who you truly are, but what you really want and what you really deserve. You've been getting very clear on your worth and your value. A lot of you have been learning a lesson that your life is only limited by what you think you can have, by what you think you can call into your life. This is what I mean. If you've been doing like manifestation work, what was missing is this self-confidence. It's connecting to your spiritual self, your higher self, and like knowing that you can make anything happen. In this deck, the wand suit is always shown by like cleaning instruments, right? So there's a sense here that you've had to clean up a lot. You've had to overcome a lot, right? That's where this soul growth comes from. And I feel like a lot of you are kind of coming into this place of not only greater self-acceptance, but greater self-appreciation for everything you have made it through. And because of that, you know, all these clarifying, this enchantment, some of you, like, first of all, you're going to be seen authentically and appreciated. She's got, you know, look at all these, like, these ribbons, but she's got first place for this pie. Some of you, you're really going to be moving into this place of doing work that you love, and that's why it will be successful. Because, like, look at her expression. She's so happy. Some of you, you're going to be getting a lot of attention, a lot of positive attention, and it's because you're not trying to be like anybody else or do what other people are doing. And you're just accepting yourself. You're doing what makes you happy. There's a sense here where, like I said, some of you are you're getting that. Excuse me. Some of you are also, though, getting aligned, excuse me, to soul-based partnerships that are equitable. Again, Aquarian energy, 11th house energy is all about our spiritual, like our soul family and our spiritual work and who we do that work with. So some of you are coming into alignment with one or more very, very special soulmates. Soulmates aren't always romantic. Very special soulmates. You might meet these people online with the Page of Swords. Some of you, you're putting something out online. Excuse me. And people are really going to flock to that. You're going to be finding that, like, some of you, you've had this, like, really significant experience or story in your life, maybe of cleaning up an addiction, of, like, learning your own worth, your own value, overcoming relationships that have not been good to you. And by sharing your story, you are attracting people in who need to hear what you have to say. That's what the King and Queen of Wands are all about, right? They're so popular and people flock to them because they have spiritual, insight and wisdom and inspiration to offer to other people. That's why their energy is attractive. They have wisdom you need to hear about. And they do incredible things with it. They are there to inspire you to be able to kind of like reach for something more. And so by you sharing this, especially again with the scissors, about anything that you've cut out of your life, by you sharing this, you are attracting people in who are on a similar journey and who will look to you to be a leader. King and Queen of Wands are all about leadership. So this enchantment is that, if you're putting anything out there to the public, it's going to go exceedingly well. You're going to be seen and noticed and recognized for all the work that you have done and how much you have worked on overcoming these challenges in your life. You're going to be in a peak manifestation place as well. Like if you've tried, like I said, if you've tried manifestation methods before and they haven't worked, in the next, I'm seeing 6 months. So maybe over the next 6 months or in 6 months, try again. You will be surprised. Like really surprised. For some of you, even if you don't usually do like New Year's resolutions, write down your resolutions. Or if you did already, like if you're finding this, 8 months from now, look at what your resolutions were. See how that has come to pass or how that's unfolding. Because this is going to be very, very different for you now. The missing element was you. And you have been working on finding you, meaning that this is all coming together. So I'm very excited for you. You have beautiful things on the horizon. I think the only piece of advice is keep going with the flow. Keep going with your own flow, your own rhythm, and have a sense of confidence in yourself for that. Don't be afraid to say no to things that aren't for you. Even if they seem like a really great deal, if it's not in alignment, you're not feeling it, it doesn't resonate, don't do it. Because you're the Queen of Wands. You can make anything happen. Don't settle is kind of the message. So I hope that helped, Love Bug. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited for you. And hopefully I'll get the chance to read for you again soon. Take care. Bye. That's so good. Hi, Group 3. I love that the timer's at 44:44 right now, so repeating 4s might be important for you. This could be a time of trying to create a lot more stability. You picked the raw turquoise, and this is very much a stone that's all about like coming back into kind of like healing and balance, among many things. I would definitely, I'm new to working with this one, so I would definitely look it up in depth. But there's always like, there's a sense here. I also love, I'm just realizing that this is turquoise, and at the time I'm filming this, it's December, and so this is the birthstone for December. So some of you, this might be, December might be an important time of year. If you're finding this way after December, what was going on at the time might be important. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm almost getting this sense of hidden gems. You see how we have this side's kind of like, roughly hewn, and it's, brown and lackluster, sort of blue-green. Same thing over here, but this side's very, very bright. This side has a lot to say. So there might be something, and there's 3 major sides to this as well, so the number 3 also might be important. For some of you, March is going to be an important time. But there's almost this energy where some of you need to know, I feel like some of you, there's like 3 distinct phases of trying to work through something. There's the chaotic phase, and you're in the secondary phase where things are kind of calm right now. You're sort of like your emotions are stabilizing. And this is where the clarity and the understanding can happen. This is where that 3rd phase comes in, where you're going to be seeing things from a different perspective. And there's going to be a lot of healing coming in. For some, you are about to stumble on your niche as a healer. And you are about to kind of like be opened up to your path as a healer for others. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So let's see what you have. Change. And I like how we have somewhat similar colors here. All the groups have gotten cards where the Merkaba is the same color as the background, which I find really interesting because, the deck has cards like that and ones where they're different colors. So when they're the same, I take this to mean that your internal frequency is the same as your external reality, right? So we've done the inner work, and then our external reality changes and starts to reflect that back. And so this has been a kind of a theme for all the groups so far, but especially yours. You're in this state of flux where I do feel like this is still largely internal, but you are about to see this reflected back to you. For some, there's going to be a change in your external reality that feels unprompted. But that change in your reality is actually going to be bringing in the clarity you need, right? That change in your reality could only happen because your energy is ready for it. Even if consciously you still don't understand, or even if consciously you don't feel ready, your energy is ready. I hope that makes sense. But we definitely have change coming up, especially with 444. 4444. There we go. In the beginning. I do think that this is going to end up bringing in greater stability, but it might almost seem like the opposite at first. Excuse me. So like, for example, let's say you had a fight with like a really close friend and you guys haven't really been talking. The change that, or it's been really strained. The change that might happen might be that you part ways for good, but it actually brings in more like clarity that you need, or you guys have a final conversation that helps illuminate things. It's something that like kind of has that energy where it might seem like it's like becoming less stable because there's a change in your external reality. But this is reflecting back the fact that your energy has changed or is changing and is now ready for things to shift. They're ready for the next phase. New beginnings. Exactly. You're ready. Some of you, I don't know why I'm getting this feeling of like you want to cry. It's okay to cry. It's like a cry, like release tears, and that's okay. But bless, every single group has gotten a master number somewhere. This is like big deal. Okay, so we have master number here, and I love that the way it all came out. A, there's like almost similar shapes, and B, I love that she's coming up behind her. There is a new beginning. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. There is a new beginning that has been ordained by your angels, your guides. it is only here to serve you. There is so much abundance and growth. And look at all the pink here. That's heart chakra energy all day. There is so much that you're going to, like this time, a year from now, not even a full year, like, oh, I'm so sorry, my friends. You're going to be looking back at now and being so grateful for everything that occurred. It's 50:05 right now. So again, change and new beginnings. Whatever is coming toward you is very, very blessed. You are very blessed. You're very protected. And I'm getting this energy of surrender. Like some of you, again, you just need to surrender. Like there's like a cry that needs to happen. It's giving up the ghost, right? Like it's being willing to give up the ghost and say, okay, things are changing. I accept it. Oh, I accidentally just smacked my heater. You know, things are changing. I accept that. Or like things are changing. There's not really a whole lot I can do about that. This has been hard. This has been really hard for you guys, I feel like. What is this new beginnings about? I'm so sorry, folks. My asthma and my allergies are just pummeling me today. Okay. The Ace of Swords reverse. A lot of you guys have been trying to get clarity. You've been mentally itchy. It's like you can't get comfortable. Look at how we have all these cakes and like a chunk or slice is taken out. It's like you're always like, you may be starting a lot of things and then not finishing them. It almost kind of feels like whatever this is, as you've been turning it over in your mind, you're like, well, maybe it was this, and then it's not. Or you've been reaching out to somebody and then it never goes anywhere. Every time you try to start a conversation, it ends in a fight. There's something like that where you've been spinning your wheels. And so even though having to surrender and be willing to let this go or let it transform is scary, there is nothing left for you in the previous cycle, in the previous energy. That's why things are changing. And this might be where you even feel like a change is necessary, but it's like when it starts to actually happen, it's like, oh no, no, no. And that's totally okay. We're human beings. It's not, we're human beings and it's hard. So the Emperor, the Six of Swords. Okay, the Six of Cups reverse. Oh, and the Hermit reverse. Okay, we have Aries showing up and we have Virgo. So this is pretty clear. A lot of you are struggling to let go of a person. This could be somebody you've known since childhood, somebody that you have like past life energy with. You have a lot of fondness for this person. And this person, you know, this person could be a masculine energy. Like I said, Aries is showing up. I'm really trying into the can of beans here, so this person might like beans a lot. That might be like something that's meaningful to you guys. I'm gonna throw it out there. This person's name could be Joe. This person could have a mustache. This person could be blonde. There's a lot of blonde people showing up in these cards. This person could also have like a sweet tooth, or they have like a drink that's like they're always sipping on. Like they've always got a nice tea, they've always got an Arnold Palmer, they've always got something, like I don't know, there's something kind of like that. Excuse me. You've been through a lot with this person. I know it's hard to see, but these like kind of little ghostly figures here all have different like facial expressions. They all are exhibiting different emotions. This person could be really multifaceted, and it's like hard to always be able to kind of like know what they're going to do or know what they're about. This person could be kind of controlling. This could also be representing like a father, a boss. There's something sort of like that. This person could be kind of controlling sometimes, a little bit like my way or the highway. But excuse me. Oh my gosh. Pardon me. Oh my gosh. All right, so for some of you, because the lungs are associated with processing grief, for some of you, there's like a grief attack over this person. And so I'm getting two major scenarios. You've had to let go of this person. This person triggered a lot of inner child healing, and vice versa. You probably triggered this in them. You had to kind of release this person, or you're being called to release this person. You know, Six of Swords is all about moving on with heavy heart. And I think there's a fear with the Hermit in reverse of being alone with your thoughts. You see how, like, she's gigantic compared to this tub? You've outgrown. It's like, you know, big fish in a small pond. You've outgrown the spiritual container that this relationship is, right? The learning process. And so this is a change, you know, and a release. Pardon me. Now for others, this is something that's already taken place with this person. You had to release this whole situation. And it caused you to really have to dig deep, right? Hermit mode. Dig deep, do a lot of cleansing, a lot of healing, a lot of purging and releasing, particularly inner child healing wounds, past life healing. You may have been going hard on your Chiron energy. And what this did was give you a greater sense of control in your own life. Pardon me, being willing to call the shots, being willing to, I feel like, kind of like take a stand for yourself, right? Maybe this person, they were really controlling, and that may have kind of influenced you, but like in the parting of the ways, you have now taken up this leadership and control role for yourself, right? Because we tend to attract in people who express traits we've repressed within ourselves. Some of you might have Aries in your 7th house. And so for some of you, if this is the work you've already done, you actually might have a change in the relationship with this person. Now, put yourself where you see yourself. So if you and this person are still in each other's lives, the communication is strained, you're always fighting, or, you know, maybe there's been a very recent separation. And when I say recent, I say within the last like couple months, and you're really struggling, right? So really be honest with yourself. If you're still struggling through this and you haven't really found a sense of peace, this is an encouragement to keep going on this journey, because that is you're about to turn the corner into a much more peaceful stage. I actually just did a video about, like a little video about this on my TikTok, and I might make one for YouTube, all about crystals that kind of help us work through a breakup. And while there are some I would recommend for when it's still very emotionally raw, like rose quartz, like malachite, you know, prehnite to a certain extent, selenite, things like that. There's a next sort of level when we've kind of started to soothe our emotions, and now we're doing the like post-mortem to try to gain understanding and closure. That might benefit you guys. So like nisonite is really good for this. Emerald can be really great because it kind of helps us balance between like the mind and the heart, and start to like get a sense of like acceptance over, you know, choices that have been made, and be like, no, you know, this sucks, but this is for the best, right? Feel a sense of peace and closure about that. I had a third one, and I don't remember what it was. I'm really sorry, folks. But you can, my TikTok is I mentioned it. It's like linked down in the description box. You can go check that out if you want, or if you want me to do like a full length video about that, I'm happy to do that, because I think that can be helpful. Anywho, this specifically made me think of nisonite, because nisonite is really great for excuse me, being able to get a higher perspective. It was peacock ore, that was the other one. Nisonite is really great for being able to get a higher perspective and understand either like a relationship or a situation, like what was going on, and see it as part of the greater whole. So for example, if there was you know, if this person was controlling or very rigid, right, working with nisonite might help you get clarity about why that is that was attracted into your life, and how that impacted the relationship, both positively and negative. It helps you gain further clarity and insight, so you can kind of have a more cohesive narrative and understanding of what happened, and that creates better closure. And that's my TED Talk. Thanks for attending. So for some of you, like wherever you are, put yourself where you see yourself. But this is the process that you've been going through, right? And now with new beginnings, you're ready for this next phase, either this phase of a lot of understanding blossoming for you and opening up kind of a new world of thinking and of being, excuse me, or for some, this is where you might be getting the opportunity for a new beginning with this person. I want to clarify new beginnings a little further. I'm really sorry. 8 of Wands. This is rapid fire, like spirit guide messages, communication. So if this is like new understanding, so if you've been really stuck in your feelings about this person and you can't seem to get any relief, any understanding, especially with that Ace of Swords reversed we saw, if you're in no contact, this is where, you know, opening yourself up to solutions, to understanding and whatever needs to kind of happen and change, bam, it comes right in. These are spirit guide messages, downloads, like, oh, I get it. This also helps move the energy forward. This is Mercury in Sagittarius, which actually right now, at the time I'm filming, Mercury is retrograde in Sagittarius. So you might find that after retrograde, which I believe it goes direct on New Year's Day, which I think is super neat, that this is when this comes in. But in general, you may find that you start to, as soon as you kind of start to surrender yourself a little bit more, you start to gain further clarity and insight. There's a sense of letting that happen that's very, very important. You might also start to get communication. For some of you, you're going to start talking to somebody like a mentor, a spiritual support person, like a therapist, something like that. And it's actually going to help you sort of work a lot of stuff out. Again, I cannot recommend Nisonite enough for this. This particular thing, if that resonates where you're like, yeah, I just am struggling to understand why I'm struggling to get peace. Nisonite. Really good for that. It's spelled Nissonite. 7 of Wands reversed, exactly. You're not, we have the image of the toilet here, and we have a whole bunch of toothbrushes. This feels like something where it's like, you know, if you think about toilet imagery, it's meant to help, you know, whatever you release, it kind of like clears things away. But all the, like, the little toothbrushes were in the way, right? So there's something where you were like working so much harder on this than you had to. And I feel like there's almost this defensiveness around like letting this be released, letting this like be cleared away. So in surrendering, in letting something change, that's what's actually moving you forward into this new beginning. Yeah, Justice reversed. I feel like there's a sense here of accepting this person as they really are. We have Libra showing up here. Accepting this person for who they really, like, as they really are. So some of you may have been kind of idealizing this person, and now you're kind of like starting to take a second look and be like, well, you know, okay, they were like always really demanding and now I don't have to deal with that, or like they were really controlling, you know, I'm glad that I don't have to like worry about that, or why was I attracted to that? What did I like about that? You guys are taking a second look, and that's where the blessing of understanding and a new beginning is coming in. And I know that might not sound like super flashy and sexy, but like clarity is actually like a big blessing, especially if you got a lot of like Mercury in your chart or a lot of, you know, challenging Mercury energy. Like clarity is really nice. Or Neptune, I would say. So I do kind of like, I do see that here. Now I want to know about, for those of you where you've already been kind of like going through this, I want to know about this sort of new beginning and change that's coming in for you now. For some of you, you're finally completing a healing process that has been multiple lifetimes in the making. Oh my gosh, I'm really sorry, folks. I got the sniffles. Yeah, Queen of Swords reversed. Look at this. There's a guy's face right here, and she's like, I love her cracked out expression, like, let's do this. For some of you, you were afraid to cut this person off no matter how poorly they were treating you. For some of you, it's because you were afraid to own your own power. You may not have trusted your wisdom, your discernment. Again, you might have a lot of challengingly aspected Mercury energy or even Neptune, Pisces energy in your chart. But you have been finding your power to speak up, I feel. Pardon my itchy nose. So for those of you where you've already been on this journey and you're kind of like having a breakthrough with your healing, Temperance, talk about your healing. And for many of you, we have justice, joy, sorrow, and anger shown here. You are finally getting justice in a situation where you were denied it. But for many of you, this comes from being able to integrate and work with all of your feelings. Like there's a lot of emotional purging that happened. We see that here with the Six of Cups reversed. Knight of Swords reversed. You wonderful. 10 of Wands reversed. Yeah. 10 of Pentacles reversed. This is why. So this is generational healing that's taking place first and foremost, because the 10 of Pentacles is our generational inheritance, positive, negative, ethereal, or more, tangible. So when it comes out reversed, we're letting go of that. So a lot of you, again, this goes back to not only inner child healing, but these have been generational karmic wounds and patterns that have been playing out for quite a long time. And I feel like this is something where you thought there was a lot of potential in this situation with this person. Like this would be like maybe you had a really stubborn father figure and you thought you could finally get them to like validate and honor your feelings. There's something kind of like that. Or if this was a partner, they're very, very controlling. You thought you could get them to listen to you more, right? There's something where you were trying to get a need met from somebody. I'm getting this energy of blood from a stone. You're trying to get this need met from somebody who can't even recognize nor meet this need within themselves. This is somebody who never gave you clarity. This is somebody who might not really be good at talking things out. This is somebody who I'm almost getting, they might be kind of avoidant. See how these two girls are like swooning over him and he does not give a care. They might be very avoidant. The second you get emotionally invested might be when they pull back. This can also be somebody who, I had something else I was going to say. It totally just fell out of my brain. Oh, I'm almost getting this energy. This can be somebody who seems very confident in what they know and what they have to say, but it's kind of like a lot of bravado. This person, because what's actually happening, this person doesn't know how to have these conversations. So I'm getting this energy of somebody who seems like they're snubbing you or seems like they're blowing you off, like you're not worth their time. That's how it made you feel. When in reality, they don't know how to have the conversations that you need them to have. And I think that was the lesson, because I think there was potential, there was promise, or there's some aspect of this 10 of Pentacles, right? Like we could have a family together someday. This is a family member. Like we're part of this together. There is a sense of either they were with you for a long time or they could have been. And it's like, we could have a happy home. We could heal this within our family. I could finally get, my father to pay attention to me. Like, and you may have even been taking this out with like a work context. Like if my boss validates what I have to say, then like that will prove I'm good enough is kind of the energy. And it kept you holding on. And I feel like, in this deck, the wand suit's all cleaning instruments. So it's like kept you cleaning up messes that weren't yours for the hope of this, for the promise of this. And this person never really like gave you clarity. This person was never able to have those conversations. This person can't hold the space for these other parts of you. And I think that you guys have kind of come into this realization of that. Like you had to give yourself, you had to honor yourself, honor all parts of yourself, integrate all parts of yourself. That had to be your work. And because of that, this new beginning is moving forward. I want to know, is this new beginning with this person, or like, I don't know why I feel like I need to, like, what's going on with this person when it comes to you? Let me pull a couple of cards about that to start us off here. We have the Chariot reversed. Cancer's energy showing up. So when it comes to you, we have the Queen of Wands in the World. I would not be surprised. This person sees you with much more respect now. It's something they may not have before, but I don't think it's how they see you now. They see you as somebody who knows a lot, who has a lot of insight about a lot of different things, who has a lot of dreams, and who has what it takes to make them a reality. This person's taking you seriously now, very heavily. Queen of Swords reversed and the 10 of Swords. This person is confronting the fact that they put you through something. This person may not have been totally honest with you. This person may have had to choose between you and somebody else. They may have chosen the other person and felt like they made the wrong choice. So what is this new beginning when it pertains to this person, though? I know I'm spending a lot of time on this, but your life situations are worth it. Judgment in reverse. Something about the power is going to be handed back to you. Something's being weighed, right? Like the like weight of their actions, the consequences of their actions are being calculated. Two of Swords. Yeah, it's like a decision gets to, you might be getting information. A decision is going to be like put in your hands. Five of Cups reversed. Okay. The Nine of Wands reversed. All right. And the Two of Cups. This person's no longer fighting the soul connection between the two of you. This person has mutual feelings. And I think whatever was going on had nothing to do with you. They were distracted by something else in their life that they felt a sense of loss around. Maybe they were really distracted by their friends or by partying. They were just like not really able to show up. This is kind of what I mean. I feel like before it was like, what's wrong with me? Why won't they talk with me about this? Why won't they? It had nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with the fact that they couldn't do that. They could not show up like that. And now they're seeing the situation differently. I think this person might be a little afraid of you. This person also might be getting onto the same page about wanting the same things. So there might be this recognition now they're looking at. They're like, oh, well, they did actually, like, we are on the same page. We do actually want the same things. This person with the Emperor could have just, like, decided, like almost kind of, like, decided that you must not want what they want and cut you off without really much of an explanation. This person's reevaluating. Now, again, the power to make a choice will be put back in your hands. You are being very favored and very blessed in your new beginning. Whatever you want has potential to grow. And so you will get to decide if this is where you want to invest or not. But this person is going to share with you that they do have mutual feelings, or at least like what you were feeling at the time, they were also feeling. They're not fighting it anymore. This person could have been very defensive due to past hurt, and they're not really fighting it anymore. What do your guides want you to know about this? This person comes back around. Again, you are blessed. You are favored in whatever you want to do next. So this is really truly going to be up to you, because now you can make an unaffected decision, meaning your wounds and your karma is no longer going to be clouding your judgment or impacting your decision making. King of Swords, exactly. You have exceedingly high wisdom. That's the D&D nerd in me. Wow. Well, you do. You have a lot of wisdom. You are also very intelligent, and you take all matters into consideration before making a decision. Yep, judgment reversed. You're not going to make any kind of rash decisions or foolish choices. You can trust yourself. Seven of Swords reversed. Yeah, there are no lies here. The truth is coming out both from within you as well as this person. The King of Pentacles reversed. Okay. And the Four of Wands. Some of you are going to decide to cut this person loose because you're like, I can have more stability and happiness on my own. Some of you have gotten some clarity about this person. You're like, I don't think they can show up as the stable partner that I need them to. So I'm going to hold out for the real thing. But some of you, you're going to get your chance to speak your truth to this person about how their behavior has impacted you. And what you would need to see from them in order to have this type of relationship. And you'll be able to see kind of how they react or how they show up past that. And if things don't really work out with this person, there is going to be your happiness, your stability, your joy. Some of you, you're moving, and that's going to be like a really beautiful experience. You're going to be having a great time. You are blessed in this change and this new beginning, whether this person is a part of it or not. That's why this person's going to come back and be sniffing around, is that like this person feels that you're glowing up, you're expanding, you're on to bigger and better things, and they want to be a part of that. So you get to decide if that's the right choice for you or not, okay? I think that's everything that I'm seeing right here, right now. I hope this has been helpful. I'm really excited for you guys, and hopefully I get the chance to read for you again real soon. Take care. Bye.